What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another War Thunder video. Today I've got some highlights of two matches that I played back to back. I wanted to test out the new SPAA as of patch 1.77. I put out a tweet a couple days ago asking for people's opinions on the current situation because the patch notes for 1.77 indicated that the AAA with radar, which is almost all of the top tier units, have lead indicators now in the realistic battles. Now, when I originally saw this, I kind of rolled my eyes and thought, this is. It's not surprising that we're gonna get this, but I was surprised that we're getting it now. I didn't expect to get this feature this early, but frankly, this fits the meta of top tier. Top tier, basically, at least in my opinion. It's like 8.7 plus. It's pretty much a point-and-click adventure. The skill level to operate vehicles at top tier is not that high. I find, going back, I find lower tiers to be far more challenging. Armor still plays a massive role. Your main tank shells are considerably slower. This makes aiming over long distances more challenging, in my opinion. The reticles on your gun sights are far more spaced out, making it more difficult to line up shots over long distances. And top tier is just not that difficult to play. And now SPAA have taken that next leap forward, and we've now got lead indicators on several of our top tier SPAA units. My experience using SPAA is not great as far as RB goes. Most of my experience using SPAA dates back to when I only played arcade, and back then primarily I used the Quellion for probably 2 months on a semi-regular basis, where I would take the Quellion and use it to shoot down targets in arcade and complete warbond tasks. When I used the Quellion, I had to actually aim after the lead indicator. Normally, if you're playing Air Arcade, you lead the lead indicator. Try saying that once even fast, right? But with the Quellion, I found that you had to put the reticle in between the lead indicator and the plane itself, which was really bizarre. So when I decided to take out these vehicles, now that the radar had been implemented, I was kind of unsure of just how to lead. Do I aim before or after the lead indicator? And it became pretty apparent that you have to lead it just like you would in Air Arcade. And once you get the hang of that, it's honestly easy. Like I said, I only played this for 2 games. First with the Shilka, the second game was with the Gepard. First game I got 2 kills. In this game I ended up getting 5 air kills in just a handful of minutes. It's unbelievably easy. There's really no skill required anymore. And this is part of my concern about where this game is headed. Is what is next? Are SPAA going to get even easier to use? Is the lead indicator going to stay? Is going to go? Will we have the option to disable radar? Can we damage radar dishes with machine gun fire and cannon fire, so that the lead indicator and an aircraft identification system don't work, and basically we go back to say like the old days with the Quellion and Kugelblitz and all those vehicles that don't have radar, where it's just you. It's up to you to spot the plane itself, and not rely on any sort of advanced technology to locate the plane. You have to use the old Mark I eyeball. I don't know. It's an option to consider. However you feel about this, I recommend letting your voice be known, because I feel like the lead indicator presence is basically a test. Not so much a test of the functionality, is in terms of will it work or does it not work or whatever, but rather how does the community feel about this? That's what I feel like the Gaijin is testing, is just how far can they go. Because I have no doubt that someone at some point suggested this on the forums or on Reddit or somewhere Gaijin is listening, and whoever suggested this got exactly what he wanted, I'm sure. The question is, what's next? Are we going to get Gulf War technology? You know, are we going to get thermal sights on a future Abrams model? Just how far into the future are we going? You know, thermal sights will pretty much make those forests on the new maps pretty much irrelevant because you won't be able to hide. Certain technologies obviously will not make it into War Thunder. The first reason being some of it is classified. So Gaijin would, in order to get around that, would have to come up with some sort of idea as far as how something works and kind of come up with their own hodgepodge implementation. The other is it just isn't fun. That's one of the reasons I don't think we'll ever see truly modern jet air battles. You know, the kind of air battles that we're all thinking of with Sidewinders and AMRAAMs and all those air-to-air missiles. That'll just never happen. Not so much because of a technology limitation on War Thunder's part, rather it just isn't fun gameplay. And that I feel is where we're headed with War Thunder and these aiming reticles. I don't think it's a great idea to have these lead indicators in RB. I think if all they had was that little box that shows up when you select the airplane after radar has detected it, if that was the only thing that showed up, that would be fine. They could, as a bonus, throw in perhaps the name of the vehicle, like a Meteor or a Focke-Wulf or whatever. That would be enough to give you an idea as to what it is, so you could know whether it's a jet or a prop, and you would therefore know just how far, relatively speaking, you would have to lead it. The lead indicator marker is just a bit too much for RB. It removes a little bit too much skill. But that's just my opinion. If you have an opinion on this, leave a comment in the comment section below and let your voice be heard to Gaijin. If you don't like it, if you think this is too OP, let them know. Because this is, like I said, I believe a test for just what the community is willing to accept and what the community wants. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, click that thumbs up button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe.